Welcome to 5 Element Friday. You get an element, and 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 you get an element.
Everybody gets an element.
It's all 5 elements. And it's Friday. Welcome back to 5 Element Fridays. My name is Jay, and I have Lita here in the studio with me. Guess what we're going to talk about today, Lita?
The 5 elements?
The 5 elements. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm glad I got that right.
Woo, that was an easy one, right?
All right. Well, actually, today we're continuing our series of conversations about 5 element relationships and how the different elemental types can get along better in the world.
And that's always a great thing. Getting along better in the world is fantastic. And on the last podcast, we introduced the different types of relationships out there. And this week, we're starting our conversation about the controlling relationships.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Which can be sometimes, contentious, but they can also bring a lot of spice in the life.
Spicy.
Spice in your life. Spice in someone's life. Yeah. Bring on the heat, right?
Bring on the heat. So you know that phrase, opposites attract.
I don't always agree, but for today, I'll agree.
Okay. Well, it is true because the 5 elements proves it. We know for a fact that many people are attracted to their opposite energy, especially when they're younger.
Yeah, we also notice that people who recouple later in life often pick someone more similar, but the youngsters, they love the bow chicka bow, little spicy spice. In other words, differences are very attractive when you're young.
Yes.
And foolish.
Foolish,
I'm just saying, no judgment.
No judgment.
But they like the challenges. They like the...
Oh, maybe that's it.
They
It's
like
the
challenges. They like the spontaneity. They like someone pushing them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So opposite energies obviously don't always get along. And I see this a lot with parents who are having trouble with their children.
You can't usually pick
which they didn't pick. So what if your child's energy is opposite of yours? That can be very challenging for both the parents and the children.
Yeah, that I agree with. Totally, 100%. And parents often ask us questions about parenting and their children. So this series will be very helpful with parenting as well as the romantic partner. So, okay, Lita, let's go. Let's start with water and fire.
Water and fire.
Water and fire.
So the water and fire elements are particularly very attracted to each other romantically because they share an excitement for life. Water loves a bit of drama, and fire loves to be boisterous and laugh, and together they create quite a storm of energy. I mean, you can imagine water-fire couples can create a bit of steam in the bedroom as well.
Steam. Okay, so Lita, we're talking about when things are good and steamy. That's my steam. I can't do anything else, right? But steamy relations can have a lot of arguments.
Yes, that kind of steamy is also occasionally part of the water fire.
Boiling water.
Boiling water, right? So fires, as sweet and smiling as they always are, they don't like to be told what to do.
You think?
Yeah. So they're the supreme controllers in Chinese medicine, and they know what they want. So the fact that there's an energy out there that could possibly control them, well, I mean, you can imagine how tricky that can get.
That's putting it very nicely, very politely. It can certainly cause some contention for sure. Actually, what's weird is that some fires gravitate towards water because they feel a bit out of control in their own lives, or maybe a little bit of manic. They might be attracted to the water element because they actually feel calmer around them. Like we said on our other podcast when we talked about being around our water friends.
Yeah, they calm us down.
Chill, yeah.
Super
so
chill.
That's a good thing when you feel out of control. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, and that's true for every single one of us, no matter what your element is. We often pick our opposite energy to partner with or just be a close friend with whenever we feel out of control. So no matter whether you're fire, water, wood, whatever, you might gravitate to someone opposite to you because you're out of control. It's like putting a governor on a truck. Isn't that what it's called? That thing that keeps the truck from going too fast?
What? Governor?
And so partnering with a water person.
I don't really know. I'll have to look that up.
Really?
Yeah, governor? I've never heard that.
Yeah. It's the thing on the truck that keeps them going 55 and not 70.
It's not called cruise control?
No, it's by the company.
Hello, governor. You're only going to go 55 today. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's it.
You got a little British governor in the hood there?
That's it.
Don't put your pedal to the metal. 55.
I'm glad that
I
we
apologize
had
to
this
every person who thinks that is offensive.
partnering.
Go ahead. Now go from that.
Okay. So,
Hello.
So partnering with a water person will definitely get that fire person to slow down like a governor. Because all governors are
Anyone
slow.
out there who wants to tell us what that's actually called, please feel free.
Yes.
And we'll give you a t-shirt.
Yes.
Isn't that the same kind of idea from the other perspective as well? Whenever we feel bored with ourselves, we gravitate to the person who is going to spice up our lives, add a little excitement, maybe be a little, unpredictable, which is our opposite energy. So a water person might go to a fire person when they feel like they've become too introverted. They want to get out more and socialize. And if they want to get out and have a social life, there's no one better to do that than a fire person.
Definitely. Those are the reasons the fire-water relationships work. And there's so many of them. The water wants to have more fun and the fire wants to calm down a bit. And that works great for some couples. But sometimes fires don't want to have their fire put out all the time. And the waters are constantly telling them that they're too much. So how can that work better?
Here's my idea. If a water-fire combo, romantic combo, understands that the water likes intermittent excitement and the fire just likes doing excitement all the time, then they can come to some kind of compromise. Waters want their fires to calm down and be an occasional couch potato with them, at least for some chunks, like, 4-day weekends. And fires want their waters to do more social events, like go to a party every night for a whole weekend.
Yeah. So the easiest thing a water can do is just let fires go do their thing with their friends. And fires need to be okay with that some of the time. Fires have to be social and waters struggle being social all the time. So waters just need to let fires be social.
Is that independence? Like an independent?
Yeah. I mean, if they need to spend every moment of every day together, they're not going to be able to make it work. That's not going to help with the compromise.
Either you're going to burn out or you're going to get put out.
Yeah. So fires need to let their waters rest and regenerate, and waters need to let their fires party, basically. So if you're water and you have a fire child or a fire spouse, or even a coworker or friend, instead of wanting to control the sociableness of the fire person, either join them or sit it out and just watch from the sidelines. Either way, it's about acceptance. Accept your fires in your life. Don't ask the fires to be different. Let them be them.
Also, if you're water talking to a fire person, sometimes that can seem very tiring because they have so much energy. You need to realize that the way you speak is likely to just shut them down. All the controlling energies shut down the energies they control.
So for waters, if you want to relate better to the fires in your life, how about asking them some questions, really curious questions like, tell me more, and your fires will love that. So don't be put off when they ask you a lot of questions either.
They're trying to get to know you for sure.
They want to know your heart. So the truth is, you like talking about yourself, although you'll never admit it, but really waters do. So enjoy it. Share a bit of your heart and you'll win over that fire person for sure.
I do think that's one really nice way to be more compatible with the water and the fire.
What should fires think about? They're water friends. So first, if fires and waters are hanging out, fires could do a really easy, cool thing. It's very simple.
What is it? Yeah, I'm sure you're going to tell us.
They just need to get down and hang out on the floor and talk.
Like lay flat on the floor. Get down on the big pillow.
Get horizontal. Waters will talk to you for hours if you're hanging out on the floor.
It's kind of like a water parlor trick, but it really works.
Yes, it really works. And if you're wooing a water person, like someone you're interested in and you like them and you really want to get to know them, go hang out on a nice comfy rug somewhere. I guarantee you'll get results.
And if you want to go see where some water people hang out, I suggest a rock gym and where they're all hanging out on the mats. They're all hanging out on the floor. They're just chilling and they're looking up at people doing stuff, and then they might get up and do something. But if you want to do a water sport, it's chilling at the rock gym.
Yes. And if you're going to talk together, fire people, you need to get deep. Talking about surface things makes water people like roll their eyes. Water is the element of wisdom. So you have to be willing to get a bit philosophical at the very least.
And also notice when you do feel shut down by that water energy, instead of feeling put off by that, give a little more space in the conversation. Nervous talk, filling that space in the conversation makes water think you don't care what they have to say or that you're just hanging on that superficial level. So activate some of your own water. Remember, we have all the elements inside of us, and maybe just be quiet for a while. Just kind of like chill. Learn how to chill. You don't have to talk all the time. You can actually enjoy that quiet, silent space a little bit because waters do that. Maybe go for a quiet walk in nature. Just listen and do what the water people do. Just listen to the nature with them and hang out.
Well, that sounds very serene. But remember, we also have to...
That's just the quiet part of them.
That's the quiet part. But they also have the silly factors. Waters love to be silly. That's the slapstick silly, not just jokes.
So while their humor might be slightly different, maybe with the fire like in slightly off-color, dirty jokes, they might be a little flirty with
risque.
It. That's right. Water tends to have more pure form of humor, kind of like the slapstick, or more physical comedy, but definitely silliness.
Yeah, fires don't know how to be silly in their bodies.
Yeah, well, think of like I Love Lucy, when she was doing all that physical, maybe, an old British show I used to love, Ab Fab, with...
Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, they were really good at that. Jim Carrey is a great example of that. Yes. We can go on and on. Maybe the old timers here, maybe Peter Sellers in the Pink Panther.
Yes.
Like these old...
Steve Martin did a lot of great
was fantastic.
slapstick.
Yeah, so those are the kind of the water slapstick kind of comedy that... Even Monty Python.
Yeah.
They have a little water and metal.
Water and metal. So sometimes I think it would be impossible for a fire person to lose their composure that much. They're just too self-conscious.
Yeah, because slapstick isn't really beautiful and it doesn't enhance your attractiveness in general when you're making a funny face or...
No, when you think of Jim
crazy.
Carrey's faces, that is not attractive.
Jim Carrey's talking out of his butt and making those really obnoxious things, that is not beautiful.
No, that's not
but
beautiful.
But the comedy is beautiful.
Yes.
But the physicalness is not beautiful.
It's not the fire way. But anyway, it's definitely the water way. So fires, think about, maybe you could play a little bit more, be a little more silly. And anyway, that's it for today's 5-Element Friday.
So go out and have some fun, be a little silly.
Yes, and we'd love to hear from all you waters and fires out there. What are your experiences with each other? Has it been easy? How have you worked it out with your fire and water friends?
Yeah, and that's it for today. And next podcast, we're going to talk about fire controlling metal.
More fun ahead.
Yay. We'll see how they melt them.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.